Well, today, 50 U.S. senators, including one Democrat, called on the feds to investigate Planned Parenthood in light of these videos. In addition, 8 states have called for investigations, which had some declaring today fears on the left grow for Planned Parenthood. Joining me now, Dana Loesch, author of Hands Off My Gun and host of Dana on the Blaze TV, and Nomiki Konst, founder and executive director of the Accountability Project. So, Dana, it's surprising to some to see that in the wake of these videos, Democrats today pushed for legislation or pushed for investigations into the people who made the videos. No problem with what Planned Parenthood did, or even, the tone and no, it was doubling down in favor of the group.
Oh, exactly right, Megan. They're trying to prevent another acorn from happening. That's what they fear, and they realize that once Congress starts investigating, especially when they start investigating the felony sale of these infant body parts, when they look at the possible criminal conspiracy done by all of these different clinics, apparently under the order of their medical director and the president of their board of medical directors there, about how they try to skirt some of the issues so that Planned Parenthood as a whole isn't implicated. All of this is going to call the group's public funding into question, and they could go the way of Acorn. In fact, they stand a very good chance, especially with videos to come.
Nomiki, do you think that this hurts the pro-choice movement to see these 2 women abortion doctors talking about the procedure in the way that they do?
Absolutely not. I mean, this organization that did this faux organization that did this, was a group of right-wing activists who have previously called to assassinate, for people to assassinate abortion providers. They illegally created these videos. They taped these videos in California without consent, and they heavily doctored over 3 hours worth of video content.
Okay, but here's my question for you. Nobody made them say, this is how I crush them. I crush them above the thorax, I crush them below. And nobody, this woman on the right, made her say, we'll see if we can do it so that the fetuses are less crunchy so you can get your parts. No one made them say that, and they did not deny it.
Absolutely poor choice of words. No one's questioning that. But it was, to be fair, this was done in a setting, in a professional setting among medical doctors. These weren't the messengers of Planned Parenthood. These are 2 people who work for Planned Parenthood.
But it shows you how they really feel.
That's a personnel issue. That's a personnel issue.
I don't know. Maybe it's because, Dana, it's not a shock that abortion is legal in this country. What's shocking is just the casualness with which they discuss it.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. And I would disagree with Nomiki in this one instance where she says they're not messengers for Planned Parenthood. I don't know how much more authoritative you can get than having the medical director of Planned Parenthood and the president of the board, the medical board there, say these things on camera. And Megan, these were not selectively edited. They were not selectively edited. They were not heavily doctored. In fact, the last video was put.
Hold on.
Nomiki, you're going to split. You're going to shake people's screens with that tone. With the last video that was uploaded to YouTube, Megan, 21 seconds apart from the full, raw, untouched video. So these are, I want to bring this up really quick too, Megan. Remember when Mitt Romney had his 47% remark? No one freaked out about the methods used to obtain that remark, but suddenly now it's a concern.
That's an interesting point. But Nomiki, the thing is, if you look at how people feel about abortion in the country, that when it comes to second-term abortion, and certainly third trimester, I should say, the numbers go way down. Look at that. I mean, the country, look at that, 64% want it to be illegal in the second trimester. That's 12 weeks and thereafter. 80% in the third trimester. And you've got this woman on the first tape talking about it's a 17-week. She just did a 17-weeker today, talking about the organs she got from it. It can be stomach-turning, even for pro-choicers.
It is stomach-turning, you're right, but again, let's get back to the original point. We're not.
But this is my point. Whether it's going to hurt Planned Parenthood and the support for it, when it's shoved in people's faces, what exactly they do and their attitude in doing it.
Well, okay, they've made several efforts to try to do this in the past, and it won't. And that's why Democrats aren't reacting, and that's why most news publications today came out and just ignored it and said this wasn't a legitimate attack on Planned Parenthood. They didn't break any laws. Absolutely no laws were broken.
That's a different question.
All they're doing is transporting these tissues.
Great to see you both. Thank you very much.